You know what the worst part about running a YouTube channel is? Is that it doesn't feel like running a YouTube channel. It feels like running a coffee shop where YouTube has full control over your menu. Think about it. Every few weeks, your favorite creator comes out with a new signature item on their menu. Like the Rocky Road Cappuccino. And as you're doom scrolling on your phone, you see the Rocky Road Cappuccino and you think, that is such a good idea. So you go to the coffee shop, you drink the Rocky Road Cappuccino, and you grab a favorite on the way out. That system works perfectly, but only because that creator, with years of experience, knew exactly what to call this amazing new cup of coffee. But what happens to a newbie coffee shop owner like myself? I spend 10 hours a day drinking my coffee, which, yes, in this analogy means I spend 10 hours a day just sitting on YouTube. I thought that all that time would easily translate into making coffee names that interest people. But it hasn't. You see, the first 24 hours are so important to a video's success. So there's a lot of pressure to get the name right. I'll spend hours and hours editing and filming and writing and the whole time I'm thinking, what do I title this? Finally, I've got it. I'll call this video, Can You Beat Minecraft While Playing Subway Surfers? And nobody wants the coffee. Which, fine. If you don't want the coffee, you don't want the coffee. But I feel like I could title that something that explains the video better. So I go to my business partner, YouTube, and I say, hey, I think I need to change the title on this drink. Nobody wants it. It's kind of good. Like, it's an okay coffee, but like, only 10 people drink it, and those 10 people are my friends. And YouTube says, yeah, we can change the title of the video, but we're not going to show it to anybody else because no one watched it in the first 24 hours. Let's be very clear here. This is mostly a skill issue. On me. I don't know how to give a YouTube video a good name. I don't think the system's out to get me. The system is not out to get me. However, the issue here is that my videos get so few views that I can't tell how bad my videos are. Like, I go into YouTube Studio and I look at the retention graph and it's blank. It won't show me the data on just those 10 views. I'm making such bad video titles that I can't tell how bad my videos are. If I want more people trying my coffee, I need to learn how to make more enticing coffee names. That way I don't have to force feed it to my friends. What if instead of committing to one video title, I found a way to attach 2 titles to a video? And then I could see which title does better, and I could use that information to make better titles in the future. It's time to put my coding degree to good use. People have been asking for this feature called A/B title testing for 19 years, and YouTube has refused to make it. I've broken this down into 4 currently incoherent steps, but hopefully they make sense soon. We've already established that I'm bad at making video titles. I would not be surprised if the video itself is also bad. First off, I need to get something called an API key. That may sound like a scary coding word right now, but really it's just like your social security number on YouTube. When I send my code to YouTube, there's always a bouncer at the door. That bouncer stops my code every time it wants to do something. It goes, hey yo, how do I know Moses sent you over here? Then my code whips out my social security number and says, oh, you mean this guy? However, just like with a real social security number, you can't just go swinging that thing around. That's why YouTube doesn't allow the social security numbers anymore. Of course, I couldn't know that until I spent 2 hours coding and my code came sulking back with this error. They only allow OAuth, which in this example is more like a driver's license. This ends up being a lot of what coding is. Especially when I was first starting out, I would tell people like, I'm a coder. I write code. And they'd be like, oh, you must be so good at math. And really, no, I'm not that great at math. As you can probably tell, I'm not even using logic skills a lot of the time. I'm just figuring out what tools need to be used for the job. So in this case, figured out that I can't use my social security number, and now I'm using my driver's license. And we get past that bouncer, no problem. Then I needed to sweet talk the coffee shop mob boss known as YouTube. That may sound like the hardest part of the job, but really ChatGPT told me what to tell the code to do, so it wasn't that hard. Now my code can switch the title of a video back and forth. I then wrote this gibberish line of code that saves how many views each title gets. And honestly, that's step 2. That's the meat of the project done in like 10 minutes. Here's where things get a little annoying though. It doesn't matter how many people drink our coffee. What really matters is the percentage of people that see and choose to drink the coffee. So imagine I make a coffee and I call it the green goo. I serve that coffee all day, and then at 1 a.m. I decided to change it to an actually good coffee name like the strawberry delight. nobody's looking for coffee at 1 a.m. So both titles get 0 views, even though the Strawberry Delight is very clearly a more appealing coffee name. What I really need to check is the amount of people that clicked on the video over the amount of people who were shown the video. The only issue being, YouTube is hardballing our code now. When I personally go to the dashboard of a video, I can see how many impressions my YouTube video got, which is just how many times my video got put on someone's homepage. But for whatever reason, YouTube has a hard rule not to show that information to any code ever. That means that I can go to my dashboard and see the impressions, but my code, even with the driver's license, will never be able to see it. Figuring out this issue is part of why you need a coding background and ChatGPT to create things. We get to be a little ninja. Next time I went to ask YouTube for my impressions, I took a little peek behind the window and I saw the exact file that YouTube looks at to show me my impressions. After a day of my code changing the title, I sneak in the back, I pluck out the file, and I show it to my code. Then because I spent all my time coding and not making a YouTube video, I had no YouTube video to test it on, and now this is the video that is having its title changed. Please tell me that this video has a different title than it did when you clicked on it. If it doesn't, then I messed up.